Hello, welcome to Youth Factor. I am your host, Jared Elrod, and today we have a little bit of an interesting episode for you. So I'm super excited to be back for season 2. This is going to be a lot of fun. We have some great stuff in store for you. We've been shooting pretty much all summer long. So Jonathan, and then we have a whole youth media team who's gotten together, and we've been meeting off and on all summer long, and we brought students in for some stuff. We've got some really awesome content for you guys that we can't wait to share. But before we do that, before we jump into that, we realized we also had some content from season 1 that you guys never saw. For example, this upcoming video, I actually said, you know what, before we start off all this new stuff, we have this really great video that John and I did this whole illustration thing. I don't even know if that's the right word to call it, but we did this whole Impossible Whopper challenge back. It was going to be, we're going to have a whole series called Impossible Faith. Get this, at the end of February. So we recorded this whole video of to start and kick off this series called Impossible Faith, where Jonathan and I were going to take the Impossible Whopper, which at the time was brand new. It had only been out for a couple months, I believe. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But it was pretty new. And we took a regular Whopper and we did a blind taste test to see if we could tell the difference between the weird veggie burger thing and an actual hamburger. And it was a lot of fun, and it's pretty funny. So we're actually gonna take a look at that. And then after that, I have an exciting announcement for you guys about some new content coming up for this season. We are going to do the Impossible Whopper Challenge. What is that? Well, they have this new Impossible Whopper that's made out of vegetables. What the heck? And they're so audacious to say, rather than just saying, hey, this is a hippie burger, hippies come eat it, have fun, you're welcome. They have the audacity to say, this burger's for everyone. It's impossible to tell the difference. We're gonna do a blind taste test to see if Jonathan and I can tell the difference between a dead cow that God has so graciously gifted us with, or some dead plant thing scraped out of the bottom of a lawnmower, compacted in with some sawdust and artificial flavors. Let's go see if we can tell the difference.
I feel like one of them is going to be absolutely disgusting and the other's going to be great. I think we'll be able to easily tell the difference.
You think the beef one, just to clarify, the beef is going to be great and the veggie is going to be disgusting?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure I didn't have to end this vlog before it started.
Hi. I want to do that 2 for $10 meal deal. Can you get the Impossible Whopper in that? Okay, so the Impossible Whopper is only in the 2 for $6?
For now, yes. You do have to spend on the 10 as well.
Okay, I'll do the 2 for $6 then, and I want to get 1 Impossible Whopper and 1 regular Whopper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do another order, but can I get them in 2 separate bags? I'm gonna do this same thing, 1 Impossible and 1 regular Whopper.
And onions on that.
I'm gonna do a large Coke.
Let's take a medium orange juice, please.
So you're gonna use fruit to wash down vegetables, is what you're saying.
It's gonna help.
That makes sense. Oh, look at me, cute orange juice.
So the Impossibles are gonna take time to cook, not the.
Is that what he said?
The Impossibles. We have to cook your Impossibles for you. It's gonna be a couple minutes.
I mean, they're vegetables. Do you have to cook them? Just pop them in the microwave for a couple minutes.
Here they are.
Woo!
This is just in case.
You're gonna be like Link?
This is just in case.
You gotta puke it? I don't think it's gonna be that bad. You think it's gonna be that bad?
Cake.
You ready? No?
Hang on. I don't have it.
I'm just gonna oh, they wrote the ones in Braille. I just read it in Braille.
You read it in Braille?
Man. Actually, I guess I'm blindfolded. I can take them out completely so the viewers can see. Okay.
So.
And my eyes are closed. I also have my eyes closed. Just so I can't see out of the bottom of it.
Yeah, we have no idea if this is the plant-based or the regular.
This is, okay, I'm gonna call this one
You got
1,
both
or
of
am I
them in
right?
your hand?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Where'd my drink go? Oh, I'm gonna need that. Okay, there's my drink.
My
Hold on,
drink.
let me see if my drink's good. Yeah, drink's good. All right.
Orange juice definitely gets my stomach ready.
Are you blind?
Yes, I'm blind.
Okay. This is the left one. I'm gonna get this one ready. Oh wait, how do we know which one has onions and peppers and which one has?
Oh, I didn't even think about
Hey,
that.
hold on, I bet I can smell it. Hold on. This one's yours. I can smell vegetables. Switch me.
This one smells plain, yeah.
Yeah, switch. Okay, so
Somewhere there's.
here's your two. Where's my other one? Oh yeah, this is not as thick either.
Okay, and this is.
I was surprised by how thick it was.
So this is my bag.
Man, I would have puked that out for sure. If I got a vegetable burger with veggies on it,
Yeah, this definitely, I'm feeling it. I feel my tomatoes.
can you imagine if Teresa or Kim or someone else fine looks in here right now and what they would think? I honestly didn't think this would be that big of a deal, but now that we're about ready to do
What?
it, I'm starting to get worried about the-
Seriously, my stomach is turning.
Okay, so
Do you have both of them unwrapped?
yeah, hold on. I'm not ready yet. I'm just preparing. I'm gonna let's do a sniff test first, okay?
Okay.
So the right. Okay.
Regular.
I think that's vegetable, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I
think
can't
that's
tell the
right.
difference.
I can tell. I think I can tell the difference. I think.
I don't know because I have like onions and everything on there, so they do
okay.
smell like regular.
I think this one is my guess, but I'm gonna mix them up here in a second. So I think this one, based off of smell, is the vegetable or the impossible, and this one's regular. But
Okay, so I'm smelling on this right one. This one smells like it's been kind of grilled a little bit.
okay, well now mix them up a bit. Like I don't. You would think that would have been easy, but
plant-based, and this
Okay.
is the regular. I
So-
think. I will be able to tell by looking at them. I'm
Yeah.
sure later.
well,
But-
we have the wrappers should be different. Okay, so I mixed those up, and I kind of lost track of what I did.
Yeah, I kind of lost track too, so we're gonna have
So,
to kind of figure this out.
here we go. You ready?
That's right.
For
So
your
we're
first
doing the
one?
one in the right hand.
Well, yeah, but I mixed them up, so like I no longer know if this is the one I said.
Yeah, but then how do you know if you're right or wrong?
Well, by taste. The smell was just.
We're just going by taste only,
Yeah,
but you just mix
yeah.
them up. What if you're wrong?
What do you, no, because I'm gonna taste it and say. So the audience got to see if I got the smell test right or not, and I won't know until I'm editing. Now it's just by taste, because otherwise I'm pretty sure I knew which one it was just by. Why am I looking at you? I can't see you. I'm blindfolded.
I know, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I know you're over there somewhere. I don't even know if I'm looking at the camera.
I'm pretty sure that I knew just by smell, so that's why I mixed them up.
Okay, so
Okay.
are you trying the one that you? Here's my question: are you trying the one that you think is plant-based first?
No, because I don't know which is which now.
Oh, you
All I
really
know is
don't.
I mixed them up and I just picked up
Oh.
a random burger and I have no clue.
Because I still got them both on my lap right now.
Okay. Well,
And
but you
I
couldn't
think-
tell by smell because of the vegetables on yours.
Yeah, but I
You-
think I think this one is plant-based.
I have no clue. And again, I'm almost positive I could tell by the smell, but now I don't know if this is the one that smelled like it or not. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Okay, take a bite now.
Fine.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's normal, which makes me really nervous now because that tastes good.
Because this tastes good. It's the one that I thought was plant-based. And it tastes really good.
So if this is the Impossible Whopper, I'm gonna have to kill myself because this is good.
This is good too. But I don't know. Maybe this one's the plant-based. I really don't know. I'm feeling it.
I took a second bite. Don't feel it yet. Just taste.
Of the second one.
No, I took 2 bites of it. Wait.
I'm
Did
not
I just
feeling the
taste
second
something?
one yet.
Okay, I gotta go for a third bite. I'm still in the first one. I think I just tasted something. I gotta go for a third bite. I'm gonna try to get on the inside, not the outside. I got sauce all over me, I think.
See, the thing is, the one that I thought was plant-based, it tastes perfectly normal, but it does have a little bit of a crunch to it.
Ooh, I'm not looking forward to my next bite then. Okay, I took 3 bites of whatever that is, and I'm pretty sure it's the meat one, the regular Whopper.
I gotta taste the second one before I know for sure, because I thought this was plant-based and it tastes perfectly normal. So
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'm really nervous now because I think I'm about ready to bite into an abomination. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's try
Okay,
this other
ready, go. Oh, I can feel that is, oh,
one. Okay,
that's plant.
this has to be the plant.
This is impossible. What is that?
I don't know.
It tastes like artificial smoke flavor.
It has a smoke scent. That's what I'm. This one does have like a smoke scent.
As
Oh.
I put it to my mouth, I could smell that it was
I'm just saying it's delicious. It does taste, yeah.
I'm gonna take another bite.
See,
I can. This smells like a vegetable one.
I don't know. I'm eating it. This is good. This is very good.
I wouldn't say it's
Make
good.
everything better.
Okay, we can take them off now. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yep. I guessed right.
So this is the Impossible Whopper that I've had in the left hand. So I thought the one that smelled.
Oh yeah. See how perfectly round it is, like you were
Yeah.
saying?
This one is perfectly round. I gotta say, I almost like this one better.
Serious?
I don't know. See, I guess I've eaten more out of this one than I have out of this one so far.
Okay. I really don't want to say this. This is not terrible.
Not at
Like
all.
I could eat this.
No.
Now it does not taste like a Whopper. It has a very distinctly different taste than this, and it really has a fake smoke taste to it, for sure.
Okay, but
But
this
it's
has
not-
more of the
Terrible though.
summer grilled taste to it, the Whopper does, and this one has like an artificial smoke taste, but it's not bad at all.
There's you can buy little bottles of liquid smoke to put like in chili beans and stuff and other food, and it tastes like they dumped like 5 bottles of liquid smoke. Well, it's not that strong, but man, I really hate to say this, but even though it doesn't taste like the regular Whopper, and I could easily tell both by smell and by taste, I could eat. I mean, I am eating. I'm halfway through
I
it.
know the thing is, I feel just from like this one, the Impossible Whopper is a lot. It just feels lighter. It feels like it's better for you, which it is.
I don't know. I mean, it's probably like half
I think I'm
sawdust.
probably gonna finish this one before I finish the other.
Yeah, just because I don't know. I feel like the cheese felt different too. Like, are they using like a plant-based cheese? Because that would make me mad.
That must be why she asked me if I wanted cheese on both of them.
I'm a mess. Did you use this or did I?
I didn't use them. So this is just was supposed to be just to wash it down, but I guess I'm not gonna puke after all.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the same. I know I've already said this, but like,
Well, it's impossible.
I mean, it does taste like meat though, right?
It does.
It does taste like meat. Now, it definitely tastes like overly, like you can tell they put fake smoke flavor in it. But that would just make me think like, oh, this must be like, there must be filler in this, and that's why they put in, or it's a Western burger or something. Like it's
I
not
really
bad.
feel like the only way that you can tell the difference is by how nice and
Well,
cooked that is.
they're definitely different.
Not
Just because
really,
it tastes,
though.
yeah. Just because it does taste like meat,
Yeah, but look at that one. That one's pretty perfectly cooked too.
just because it tastes like meat, is not the same, and it smells different, and it tastes different. Not bad. Like, I would definitely order a regular Whopper over this. But if someone goes, "Hey, I bought you an Impossible Whopper," I wouldn't go, "I can't eat that." Like, I could definitely. I mean, I am clearly eating it. And the more I eat it, the less I like it, though. I'm going to start and get sick of it.
It definitely feels it's drier.
Well, I have a lot of ketchup and mayonnaise on mine, so mine is not dry. They put a lot of sauce on mine. I have to say, I'm really surprised. Like, clearly we could tell they were the Impossible Whopper and not the regular Whopper.
Yeah.
But I
Very
thought
similar.
it was going. I see. I don't think they taste similar. But I thought this was going to legitimately feel like I thought it was either going to taste like eating beans, or is it like eating? Because I've had some like bean-based like hot dogs and that aren't vegetables. So I thought I was going to buy into this and go, this tastes like flavorless beans, or that it tastes like, because it smelled like beans kind of.
But I am saying I've had more of the Impossible so far than I have of the regular one.
Yeah, I was eating this one first because this one's better. Actually, this one, I said the regular Whopper is a little bit drier. I have a phone call. Brandy. Hey, oh, hold on. Hey, you're on the vlog and you're on speakerphone. What's up?
was just checking in.
Hi, Brandy.
Hi.
We're doing the Impossible Whopper test
Taste
thing.
Challenge.
Okay.
So you don't need me to make dinner before.
Well, no, now because we're just now eating. We just ate 2 Whoppers. That's probably more than Jonathan's ever had before. In
Well, I
one.
basically had a whole. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, love you, babe.
Okay.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
I'm surprised to myself. Like, I mean, I knew I was gonna be able to tell the difference. I knew I wasn't gonna think, but I was shocked that like, it's edible. My mom has been trying to get me to eat vegetable or bean-based meat products my entire life, and it's never worked. One time she didn't even tell us. She made us hot dogs and didn't tell us that they were like bean-based, and we're eating them, and we come in and we're like, Mom, do we have to finish this? And she's like, no, why? I was like, I think they're bad. I think they spoiled or something. They don't taste good. Like they taste weird, and I'm starting to feel nauseous. And she smiles, and we're like, what? She goes, they're like bean based or whatever. And I was like, I knew it. They were terrible.
This is pretty good. I could definitely eat this over this.
I don't know. It was fine, but now that I've basically
Just because you're full now.
I know now that
it's
I'm
not
getting
as
full.
appetizing.
Now that I'm getting full, this is getting kind of bad. Like,
But he's still almost done with that.
let's do the kid test where you take the bread off. It feels weird. You know what it feels like? The like little Salisbury steak patties you get from like a cafeteria.
It really is like really pasty. It looks, it's kind of got a bean consistency. Yeah, look at that, like rips apart. It doesn't even like, it just rips apart. Still good though.
Okay, so I would say I was expecting this to be like a total F, total fail. I would say starting the burger. First off, if you just handed that to me and just said, if you didn't tell me it was Burger King, if you just said, oh hey, I got burgers, I was just eating it, I'd be like, oh, where'd you get these from? They have a different taste. I would have thought it was meat though. I'd be like, oh, where'd you get these from? These have a different taste than, they're kind of smoky. I may have even said, heaven forbid, I may have even said, oh, I kind of like it. But
Heaven forbid, only because you know.
no, because I'm highly prejudiced against the fact that it's a vegetable burger.
I know.
But it's not terrible.
But it's good. It really is.
It's all right. Like, I would say like starting the burger, it was a good, like probably a good B minus, probably a B. I'll just give it a B. I'll be generous. But that last little section after I went back and had some more of this and then went back to it, it dropped down to like a C minus. But again, I was expecting like a complete like 0, not even like a 50% F. So
I definitely expected that it was going to make me puke. I think the fact that
That's why you have the trash can?
I had the trash can.
They don't-
because they wanted you to like it.
yeah, they don't want to get punched in the
They really
face.
wanted you to like
they
it.
don't want us to come back and punch them in the face. Like we have bow and arrows sitting right. Okay, let's do a
And so
test.
therefore
okay.
I'm eating
So
more.
I call you. Hey Jonathan, I'm going by Burger King. Grab us lunch. What do you want? The regular Whopper or the Impossible Whopper?
Regular, because I don't like eating things that I know are not meat.
Regular because you don't want me to hang up on you and block you from my phone. Just kidding. I
I
can't
want to
even.
stay friends with you.
I wanted to say.
I want to stay friends with Jared.
I have to say I really wanted to hate it, but I can't say I hate it. Like I wouldn't say I like it, but I could definitely eat it again.
I mean, I think that just because I know that it's plant-based makes me not like
It's
it.
weird.
But I don't think I would, if somebody had handed me a burger, I wouldn't have known that it was not an actual burger by
Like I
any
said,
means. It
I
does
would've- I
have a
would've
slight
thought-
difference. But
I would have literally said, "Oh, where'd you get these burgers from? They have a different date. You know, they're really smoky." And I just really hope I wouldn't have followed that up with, "I like it. It's good."
that would have been really embarrassing.
Yeah. I'm like, "It's an Impossible Whopper," and I would have jumped out of the car into oncoming traffic. Now we're basically just recording ourselves eating at this point. Oh, that's probably.
So at this point, I should put them in one package, and I know that the smaller one is the Impossible, and I could get my family to try them and see which one they think.
Yeah, but You're gonna take them home, and they're gonna both be cold and gross, so it's not gonna work. Do you think
Well,
it actually was
definitely,
filling you
like-
up less?
I do. I think that the
Why? It's taking up the
impossible-
same amount of space in your stomach. It's not like your body's processing
Yeah, but
it.
have you looked at the nutrition facts?
Yeah, but you got your body has to process that first. Volume is volume, so it's gonna go in your body. It's gonna be the exact same. It doesn't matter if you drink a health drink,
But
or-
ground beef is heavier.
but you have tomato. You have a tomato, but no ketchup.
Well, I mean, that's just kind of how it happened. That's not necessarily what
You kind of
I was
froze
gonna
when he
get-
was asking you questions, huh? You were like, wait, what?
I was looking at it in my mind. I'm looking at the picture and trying to remember, I couldn't get my brain to say, I want tomatoes and lettuce. It just wasn't coming out. So when he said no ketchup, I'm like, sure, that's fine, whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. Any final words?
Didn't need this.
What if we puke halfway home though? All in our cars. All right, guys. Peace out. Oh wait,
Yeah.
subscribe, and ring the bell, and share, and follow, and like, and comment.
And tell all your friends to watch it.
They don't have any friends. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we enjoyed making it. But I gotta tell you, I'm really hungry now. Like watching that, it's made me really hungry. So I need to go home for dinner. But first, I want to tell you guys about something we're super excited about. We are actually adding a whole new youth show. So if you remember last season, we did Youth Factor. It was about 70 minutes was our time slot that we had to fill. And this year we've decided to break it into 2 different chunks. So we're still gonna be doing Youth Factor. It's still gonna be like our flagship youth show, but we actually decided to make this thing a little more for youth and let the youth get involved in it. So you're gonna start noticing in the upcoming episodes, the youth are gonna be kind of more and more involved in it and eventually take this entire show over. Because the whole original idea behind Youth Factor was to be a show for youth, by youth. And it's actually something I came up with back in high school, and we kind of did some pilot episodes for way back in the day before even streaming or any of this kind of stuff. We would just like literally make these episodes and then like put them on a VHS tape and take them to youth and show them, roll out a TV and show them. So obviously things have come a little ways. Then I'm not a youth anymore. I know you guys all think I look so young, right? But I'm no longer a teenager. So we're gonna be turning Youth Factor over a little bit with supervision. Don't worry, like, you know, I'm still gonna have final edit on these things. And so that way the students can have a hand in reaching their peers as well. So it's not just Jonathan and myself coming here and trying to, we're still gonna have our own segment on it, on Youth Factor, but we're gonna flip it. Where before, Jonathan and I were Youth Factor, and then the students, we would pull them in for segments. They came in and they did specials, they did, you know, so we had dances, we had songs, we had raps, we had all that kind of stuff. And then even the next episode you're gonna see next week, this is, we did before. We wanted to get them more involved. We gave them a 5-minute segment. We thought we were being pretty progressive and cool by letting them have a 5-minute segment, but we realized no, we need to have a 5-minute segment. We need to give them the show. So you're gonna start to see that happen more and more. So if you're wondering like, why are we seeing less of Jared and Jonathan and more of the students, it's because it's their show. So, but if you're thinking like, oh, but Pastor Jared, we love seeing your bright, smiley face every week, don't worry. I have a new show I'm adding for that second half of that block. So we had that like basically an hour-long block. Youth Factor is dropping down to just a half hour. The second half hour is going to be filled with a new show called Geek Church. And you may be thinking like, wait, what? Geek Church? That sounds weird. Well, it does sound weird, but here's the idea behind Geek Church is we are going to be producing content. I realize we have so many students now who spend, and you'll know this, if you're watching, if you're a parent and you're watching this, like if you're a student, you know this because you're already doing this, and if your parents are watching with you, you guys all know that like teenagers and kids love watching other people play video games. This whole streaming thing has kind of taken over the internet. In fact, I just read or heard a statistic recently that if Twitch, which, you know, again, if you're a parent, you probably don't know what I just said, but if you're a student, you guys know what Twitch is. Twitch, if it was a TV station, like if it was its own channel, like, you know, there's ABC, there's Fox, there's NBC, there's all these shows or these channels, right? If it was its own TV station, it would be the number three in our country. That's how much people are streaming video game content, and not just video game, it's like video game, as well as like people getting together and doing games in real life and doing Zoom call games. And we were seeing this trend come up, and it was like, you know, this is a lot of this is some of these in-person games and stuff is the stuff that we do as youth games. Some of these Zoom things and some of these like games they're doing, we do these as like youth games. Like, so we could record this and we could put this out. This is what's popular on YouTube right now. We've been putting all this effort into like vlogs and all this other stuff, and all we had to do is hit record on the things we're already doing. We're like, ha, sold. We're gonna be bringing you this content Youth Factor style right into your room. So rather than like, you know, you love watching your favorite streamers, but then at the same time, like, you know, maybe there's inappropriate content or maybe they're saying things and you're being influenced and you're like, oh man, it's really hard. Like, we go to church and we hear about the Bible and we hear this stuff and we know we're supposed to live a certain way, but then everything we're watching is telling us like the opposite and to live differently. But at the same time, there's like no Christian streamers or no one, like, I want to watch this kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to watch VeggieTales. Like, I want to watch this kind of content. Well, we're here to solve that for you. We're going to be producing, Geek Church is going to be all about that. Comic reviews, video game streaming, all this kind of stuff. Devotionals based around different popular video games and the Marvel movies and stuff that's going on. So that way you get to watch the kind of content you're already watching anyways, but instead of getting a worldly worldview, that was funny, you're going to be getting a biblical worldview interjected in between all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know, great idea, right? Let's get to it. So you've seen some of my streaming, the Marvel stuff, Stardew Valley, some of this other stuff. That's like the geek part, obviously, of Geek Church. This here, I hope to do these every morning. This is the church part of Geek Church, and it's where I basically go through a short devotional with you guys each morning. And I'm using kind of two different methods put together. One is the SOAP method, and the other is this like Proverbs method. So the problem with, and what I struggled in all the time with, like, I'd read my Bible, but like having an actual devotion was always hard for me because, you know, you got to pick one out, and you know they're all so kind of cliche and whatnot, and you finally get a devotional you like, and then you start it, and then you get behind, and then it's like, do I catch up? Do I just keep going? What do I do? You know, like I want to do this devotion thing, and so I just kind of gave up, and I was like, I'm just gonna read my Bible, which was good that I was reading it, but I wasn't really like doing an actual morning devotion type thing. And so this SOAP method is, or the Proverbs method is great because you literally just read the proverb of the day. So if it's the 3rd, you read Proverbs 3. Today's the 14th, so you would have read Proverbs 14. I read Proverbs 14. And then for the SOAP method, it's an acronym that stands for Scripture, Observation, Application, and Prayer. And it's really simple. You just take one scripture. You don't write out the whole book or anything. So I have Proverbs 14:4 for today is the one I came up with to use. And it's good to write it out. When I first started doing this, I would just write the reference. So I would have just written scripture, Proverbs 14:4, and not actually write out the scripture. but I think that there's value to that of actually writing it out. So we're gonna go with that, and I encourage you guys to actually write it out as well. Writing that scripture every day, I think, will be a benefit. So Proverbs 14:4, the verse is, where there are no oxen, the manger is clean. Manger being, like, barn, substitute, right? Barn. Manger is clean, but abundant crops come by the strength of an ox. So it's this idea of, right, like if you have a barn, and if you have no animals in the barn, that barn is clean, right? It's easy to keep it clean. It just stays clean. But when you have animals in the barn, it gets messy, right? Animals poop, right? And you get poop everywhere and you have to clean it up. Animals eat, and a lot of these animals are gonna eat like hay or straw or something, and then they make a mess with that. And then their hay and their poop mix together, and it makes a really big mess, and it's a pain to clean up. I actually spent a summer, what's called mucking. I was at a horse stable and I'd clean up their poop, and it's called mucking. I don't know why it's called mucking. I'm not a horse person. It was good money to go and shovel horse poop for the summer at a stable. So I did, and it wasn't too bad. It was more the fear of getting kicked by a horse, because I'm not a horse person. And then I think, aren't they like dogs in the fact like they can sense fear? So then that freaked me out even more, which then freaked me out even more. So I was always like, yo, horse, you stay over there. You go over there and do your thing. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna clean up. So I never had any incidences with any horses. So this idea though of animals are messy, but they also get work done. And so yes, you could have a clean barn by having no animals in it, but then you also would not be producing any work. So observation is pretty simple. You just look at the verse and you make some sort of observation about it. So I've got getting things done involves people, and people cause problems. Isn't that the truth? But it's also the way to have abundant crops. And I did quotations, because that could look differently for something. So for example, let's say you're a streamer, right? You're a Twitch game streamer. You could let's say you hire a graphic designer to do all your YouTube thumbnails, all your graphics, all your Twitch overlays, all that kind of stuff. And you hire on a video editor to then so you can stream. They'll take that and they'll take that stream, download it, edit it, clean it up a little bit, put it on YouTube, do little clips, put them on, do little highlights, put them on TikTok, put them on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. That's gonna obviously, you're gonna get a lot more done. But then there's gonna be a headache involved with it. You're gonna have to figure out how to make payroll. You're gonna have to actually pay them somehow, whether you have to remember are you gonna pay them every week, every 2 weeks, every month? You're gonna have to then actually send that out. Are you gonna PayPal them? Are you going to do some sort of invoicing thing? You're gonna hire a company to handle your payroll, probably not for 2 people. You have to, actually communicate with them. Are you gonna use Slack? Are you gonna just email each other? How are you gonna communicate what you want done? What happens when they do something and it's not up to the standard you want? You're gonna have to coach them. There could be an update in software, maybe they need a training or something, and they're gonna want you to pay for it, or maybe a conference they want to go to. Maybe they want you to pay for it as their boss or something, right? There's all these, well, maybe not boss, but you get the idea. There's all these different variables. Maybe they have a family member who gets sick, and now all of a sudden they need some time off, but you're trying to get a bunch of work done before you go off to something, or maybe off to the holidays, and you want all these videos out, or these graphics done, or this new overlay for this new game. So there's all these things to handle, right? But on the flip side, you get a lot more done. You are having professional overlays and thumbnails for all of your videos without you having to spend much time doing it. You're gonna have these clips and all this video stuff without having to go in and do it. You're gonna have this big benefit, and you're gonna have more time just to stream, right? You can spend more time playing your games, interacting with your community, and growing your channel. So there's obviously a payoff to that. There's a benefit to it. So that's kind of what this verse is talking about. So the application I have, bring in others and give them room to help, right? They will make messes that you'll have to clean up, but the alternative is to stay small and ineffective. So yes, you could just not worry about the hassle of people and do it all yourself, but you're not gonna grow near this much. You need to bring people on to do that. There's only so many hours a day you can work. There's only so much motivation to get things done that you have. You're gonna wanna bring people on if you're gonna wanna grow things. You wanna start some sort of movement, right? Or even just, become like a top Twitch streamer, or get paid or something, or a YouTuber, or whatever it may be. And then lastly, the P stands for prayer, and that's just going to be what I have for the prayer is, Lord, help me be a good leader. Help me to build my people and care about them, not just use them. Because that's the temptation, right? To get someone and you're like, oh, now you're my underling and you're just going to go off and do all these jobs I don't want to do. That's obviously not it either. You can't treat your friends if you're, if you're in school and you're gonna bring your friends in to help, you can't just treat your friends like an employee and drive them all the time and like drive as in like not like to the store, but drive as in like, do more work for me. We're trying to do this Twitch stream. I need you to do all my editing for free as my friend. Obviously, they're not gonna be your friend for too long if you keep treating them poorly like that. So my prayer is about, thinking about them and they teach me how to inspire them. And okay, I'm gonna give you a warning here. I'm about ready to use a Christianese phrase. I get a little Christianese-y here because I couldn't think of a better way to say this. So if you grew up in church and you just hate Christianese, or if that kind of thing, this part might be a little offensive to your ears, but we'll get through it and it'll make sense. All right, teach me how to inspire them and set their passion on fire with excitement. Help me to spark a movement, not just workers. So it's like, how can I go from just trying to get people to help with what I'm doing to trying to get people to really follow what I'm doing? Like, I want to be like the Steve Jobs of, well, okay, not Steve Jobs, because he was kind of a jerk, but people didn't really like him. They got caught up in his vision, but they didn't like him. I want to be like the Gary Vee of like streaming and YouTube, right? And youth ministry stuff I'm doing. So if I want to be like, oh, I want to be the online youth pastor, we're gonna have Geek Church, we're gonna have Youth Factor, we're gonna have all this stuff. I need to not just have people come in and just to work for free, but I need to inspire them. So this is like their passion, right? They're never gonna be as passionate as me because it's my calling, it's what I'm doing. But like to catch that inspiration and catch that passion, so they're feeling fulfilled in it. So whether they're editing or whatever they're doing. And so what this looks like is we have students come in who help. I have a volunteer, Jonathan. He's an amazing youth volunteer and leader that I have, who he comes in and he helps out a lot with stuff and makes it so I can do other things. How do I make sure that he's feeling fulfilled with that and he's not just getting little jobs dropped on him? I have students who come in, right? This whole thing about clean barns, well, students can be messy. So we've opened up our studio, I'm here in the studio, on Monday nights for students to come in and to be able to help with this kind of, with the stuff and produce content. We're actually trying to train them to eventually kind of take over Youth Factor. The whole thing with Youth Factor, it was a youth for students by students. And when I started it, I was a student. I'm not anymore. So it's like, how do we transition now that we've brought it back with this new network thing our church is doing? It's been a lot of fun for me and Jonathan to do, but how do we transition and get back to that original goal of Youth Factor, a show for students by students, and then that frees up my time. I can spend more time on Geek Church and doing the streams and doing the other things of where I feel I need to go and what I need to do. So yeah, that's what I have for the scripture, and that's the kind of the idea of SOAP. I think I've done it in as little as 4 minutes and change, and I've spent as much as like 20 minutes on them. So it's nice and scalable. You could literally do it on your phone, in your car, on the way to school, or on the bus. You probably don't. Do we have school buses anymore? Like, I don't know. Like, what's going on with this COVID world? But like, you could literally be like driving to school, and you could be sitting there, and you could like on the Bible app, you could read the scripture, copy the scripture, go paste it in notes if you're on an iPhone or whatever version Android has, and sit there and just do it really quick, and boom, be done in like 5 minutes and have your daily devotion. Right? So it's awesome. Cool. All right, guys, you have a blessed day, and I will see you later tonight for some gaming. I'm waiting. They're vacuuming. To the outro of this episode, they're vacuuming, and I just got louder so that you hear me. And they start bumping the door with the vacuum. So I guess in all fairness, it does look like there's no one in here when we've got half the window covered anyways. It just looks like there's no one in here, but I'm waiting.